Tamara, and only this percent hates you. And I believe that they want you back, but they're building you up. And if that's going to your head, see, here's the thing. And I don't blame Tamara. We all have such trauma in our lives, right? Everybody who's over the age of 13, 18, we have lost people, right? A lot of you listening have lost parents, have lost siblings. I know people in the real world that have lost children. Life is brutal. Life is hard. Okay. We have happy moments, and hopefully, listening to this podcast brings you happiness and escapes you from the harsh realities of the world. So, what happens is when we have trauma in our lives, we block it out. We drink. We have tons of casual sex. We do tons of drugs. We take sleeping pills. We do what we have to do. We turn to Behind the Velvet Rope podcast to forget. And that's okay. We got to do what we got to do to get through. I just think that when Tamara was on this podcast, and even not on this podcast, she was a fired housewife. She had a year where, I mean, she tried to get this fake ass CBD business off the ground, which she swears is a real booming business. That business makes you the same salary you make from housewives. This, that, the other thing. Yes, I know she has the podcast, but Tamara, I think, has forgotten just how wonderful and humble she was. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I hope for her sake that she remembers her year when she was a fired housewife along with her ex-friend, the annoying Vicky Gumbelson. I hope she remembers that, because if they're building her up and telling her we got your back and this and that, and she is, and they're gonna pat her on the back all season, and they're calling her and saying Gretchen is coming back, but don't you worry, we got your back. Look what happened with Shannon, and we ran Alexis out of here. You go, girl. You give us the season, and it's the terror of Tamara versus Gretchen. I think they're setting Tamara up. So I'm not sure. I think that is a much more interesting show to me. I mean, y'all want Tamara taken out, most of you. By the way, I mean, Pedantry hates her. Katie don't like her. Katie and Pedantry are friends in real life with Gretchen. Heather, we all know Heather is going to be right down the middle. Heather is becoming Dolores fucking Catania, and I have nothing to say about that. Okay. I mean, don't even get me started, okay, on fucking Dolores Catania, okay? I really don't have time right now. So there's that. Shannon don't like Tamara. Emily and Gina, they're kind of in the middle, but they also, I mean, Gina posted a fun thing online, I'm going to come on here and kiss Gretchen's ass. Everyone's reaching out to Gretchen to kiss her ass. I mean, I would like to reach out to Gretchen. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I don't like that performative. Oh, now let me reach out to this person because they're back on the show. And I don't like it. I mean, I have people over here reaching out. No, we saw you on Salt Lake Housewives. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. I like to just work and stick to the facts. Okay. But they all like, Gretchen doesn't have a beef with anyone. So there's nobody, I mean, she's not coming onto a cast where she's going to just take out Tamara. I mean, Pedantry is coming back hot to take her out. This might be the end of Tamara Judge. It might be. I'm not sure, but it might be. Okay. We'll see. Just wrapping up, and we have to go. Jeff Lewis has issued a very stern, has some very stern words for Bravo. Jeff Lewis's stern message to Bravo. He actually opened up about why Flipping Out 1.0 was canceled, and said, the real reason, which I guess we kind of knew. I mean, Jenny went to HR, which I knew about that because, of the way he spoke to her and all that. I mean, he doesn't say that in this article, but he says, I think it was everything. Jenny went to HR and that was an issue, but really, he fell out with Jenny and they didn't think the show could go on without Jenny. And he was insulted because he had expended his own money to build the team and have a cast of characters. And he thinks they should have followed the fallout between him and Jenny, that would have been a good TV, which I don't disagree with that. But I mean, also, Jeff, let's not forget that you filmed your surrogate giving birth, and there was a lawsuit surrounding that. She sued because she didn't give her permission to be on camera when she was giving birth. And Jenny also went to HR and complained about you, that, the way you spoke to her, which was that scene on camera. I'm just looking at that scene on camera. We saw it on camera. So there was HR issues. But Jeff has issued a stern warning to Bravo in that, first of all, Flipping Out 2.0 is not greenlit. Like Dorinda Medley's show is not greenlit. They're putting together a scissor. Look, it's a great opportunity. Jeff has a huge audience, but he's putting this together. It's not a guarantee that this is going forward. We'll see. But he's stern warning to Bravo that they're not paid how they used to be paid. And we all know Bravo. I mean, Ebony always would say to me, believe it or not, you would hate this. You would hate to be on the show. I mean, you signed the contract. Bethany's the smartest one of all to carve out the Bethany clause. I doubt they would try to take part of JLL, Jeff Lewis Live, but Jeff is like, you don't pay what you used to. And therefore, whatever the contract is that you're going to put in front of me that you're going to want me to sign, you're going to have a lot of carve outs for a lot of ways for me to make money that don't include you. Now, that's really fair. Let me be very clear. I would do the exact same thing. I love my job here. It makes me a good salary and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I get it. Again, I'm not saying that I would turn down a job from Bravo. Please give me one and please put me on some damn show because I know the power of what TV can do. So I'm not acting like I'm above it. But I don't know. I foresee if this is going to go back and forth. I mean, they'll listen to Jeff Lewis, but this is like, the more you negotiate, the more the doors close. Like, so I think Jeff has some leverage and some power because he has a big audience, but don't kid yourself, Mr. Lewis. Like, if you become a pain in the ass in just like my words of advice to Gretchen, if you become a pain in the ass in the negotiations and want too many carve outs, they're just gonna say, there you go. I mean, what is carved out? We all know the Bethany clause, so like he has this on besides, and it's Radio Andy, but Bravo wants to own you. They do. These contracts are very harsh. They want a piece of everything you do. And I'm predicting that I'm not so sure that these negotiations are going to go so well. And I think the whole thing might fucking fall apart before we even get to the starting point. And I don't blame him, to be honest with you. Um, Great opportunity, but you really gotta see what you're signing away anyway, because y'all think you want an opportunity and then feeling owned in this world, to me, there is nothing worse than feeling owned. Nothing worse. Thank God that I don't have that issue. But those are his so he said stern words to Bravo, stern warning that they're gonna have to let him have carve outs. You're on notice, Bravo. So there you go. Gretchen's back. I'm excited. And look, would I be personally happy for the season of Takedown of Tamara? Yeah, I would. I think that would be great fucking TV. It may not happen. Nothing personal against Tamara. I just don't see them bringing back Gretchen just to do her the same way they did Alexis. And there you go. And I hope where Jeff is back on TV. I hope, but don't negotiate too hard, Jeff Lewis, because you know how that goes. You know the beast